So let me stray. Please guide my way onto the path of my deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another edition of your favorite program, Let's Talk, of course, on your favorite channel, Huda TV. Please support Huda TV. We have been broadcasting for 8 years. We are the premier and the pioneer English language Islamic channel. So please get on facebook.com/huda.tv or Huda TV, youtube.com/Huda TV, anything.com/Huda TV. Please help us and support us by contributing with your ideas, your thoughts, even financially, to help this channel broadcast all around the world, including into Europe and the United States, inshallah. Of course, this is our youth platform where we bring youth, we interview them, and we talk about youth issues that are affecting the youth from all around the world. Of course, this is very, very important. And today we have a lovely topic, a wonderful topic, affecting really not just youth, but nowadays every single person practically on the face of this earth, and that is Facebook. And if it's, should we call it Facebook or Fitnabook? Has it turned into Fitnabook? Let's see if it has and how we can avoid that, and how we can use this technology in a positive way, inshallah. To discuss this with me, I have my friend from Florida State University. You have seen him on Let's Talk before. We certainly hope to bring him in the future as well, inshallah ta'ala, as he has wonderful insight and thoughts regarding this matter. I'm talking about my good friend Mahmoud Said. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me for another episode, inshallah.
Thank you.
And let's go to the studio audience. Assalamu alaikum. So you guys are the youth, so I want to know first and foremost, if you're shy and you don't want to speak, it's fine. But if you can, talk to me, how many hours a day do you spend on Facebook? What do you use it for? And how many Facebook pages do you operate?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
It's good to speak about this topic, because it's very important to put some lines around it. For me, I think maybe I'm spending maybe 1 hour a day on the Facebook, not all hour, maybe 10 minutes now, 10 minutes later, something like that, but in total like 1 hour. But it's 1 hour from 24 hours every day, but sometimes you found yourself spent lifetime on the Facebook.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you have it on your mobile, on your laptop. Where do you use it the most?
Yeah. On my mobile, laptop, on computer. Now you can access it from anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, would you say you use the internet exclusively for Facebook?
No, not exclusively for Facebook, but Facebook takes a big share from it.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, brother. Is it over your access, your interaction, your usage of Facebook? Is it more positive or negative? Is it productive or not productive?
Yeah, I would like to say productive, but it's to some extent it's useless. Just
right.
Talking with other people, not making any profit from it. No, not gaining anything from it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, brother. Who would else like to speak? If you're shy, it's okay. You can just pass the mic, inshallah. Go ahead, brother.
Myself, I spend on Facebook daily from 6 to 8 hours. I can't say it's exclusively Facebook, but it's like the default website for everything.
Sure, I agree.
Whatever I'm browsing, Facebook is in another tab.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
And about the productive question, yes, for me it's productive because I use it mostly for work, speaking with people and making deals and stuff. But I can't say it's 100% productive.
Right, okay.
So
I say, and Allah knows best, I think the Egyptian youth use Facebook more than the American youth. They love Facebook in Egypt. Do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree.
They're like hooked to this Facebook in the Middle East, more I think than in America. I agree. I think. Do you agree, brother? You agree?
Yeah, Facebook here is like everything. Anything, photos, videos, speak with, leaving a message, like it's Facebook is the default for everything.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Barakallahu, thank you, brother. Hand the mic in the back. If you're shy, you don't want to speak, it's okay, brother. If not,
actually, I would like
one second. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I would like to comment on what Nabil said.
Go ahead.
Like he thought he's spending 1 hour daily is a lot. Actually, compared to what I see from my friends and people around me, 1 hour is not a lot at all. 1 hour is just the least amount of time you can spend.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, me
And
too.
being productive, I like that when Islam said that he's spending 6 to 8 hours. That's a lot, but that's his work.
Right.
Maybe he works as a customer service agent or something like this. He has to take care of the Facebook page of the company, you know.
For example, good point.
So what I would like to say is some people might get to the idea that once we said Fitnabook, so Facebook is bad.
Right, good point.
Internet is bad. Just to stay away from them. No, it can be useful.
Yes.
Nabil said he's using it for only 1 hour, but his usage is kind of useless, right?
Okay.
On the other hand, Islam said he's using it for 6 to 8 hours, but it's productive.
Right.
What I would like to say is I can use this hour daily just to socialize with people around me. Most of us nowadays, after this kind of you know, the fast pace and everything, you don't have time to socialize with your friends and relatives and everything. But if you spend like 1 hour daily just to communicate with others, that would be useful.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, to keep the human fact that we are social animals or something like that. So we need to have this kind of the purpose of the purpose why the Facebook was created.
Right. I'm laughing when you said animals because we always say that in the States, but here it's like an insult, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, the word dog. People in the United States, hey, dog. Here, you insulted somebody. So what did you call me?
Yes.
Brother, go ahead. Thank you, brother. Go ahead.
Well, for me,
Go ahead.
For me, it's using the internet. It depends on how much I am free or free I am. But to be honest, I think for me, 40 minutes daily is enough. And as a Muslim, I shouldn't be so free. I mean, if I have time, especially I'm young, I should read. I should watch, hearing the news. I should study. I should at least reading in Islamic things. But the thing is, I always try to do the easy thing. And the easy thing is just to check the profiles of your friends,
Yes.
to see the updates. This is a problem. And this is really fitna. It's a kind of fighting.
Right.
Because to be honest, 40 minutes daily is enough for me.
Yeah.
But I always try to make myself solve these problems.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of us are in the same boat, inshallah. But do you want to speak? If not, if you're too shy, it's okay.
I use Facebook for 6 hours weekly.
Oh, okay. Less than an hour a day.
I use for read the comment of my friend and my relative and see news.
Right. Sure. Yeah. I think most of us are in that boat. Thank you, Barack Tawfiq. I appreciate your comments. Facebook. Let's talk about the positive aspects of it, brother, if you don't mind. I think there's many positive aspects of Facebook and many great ways to use Facebook. Can you discuss a couple of those?
Actually, for me personally, I use Facebook like I sometimes I just 3 days pass and I never checked my account, and sometimes I check it like daily and spend more than an hour or 2 or 3. Sometimes I just check the messages and sign out. And for me, the usage of Facebook is, first of all, to communicate with people, because most of the communication, I can reach Malik on his Facebook page before I reach him on his phone.
Yes.
That happens most of the time.
Yeah.
And actually, sometimes I can have a long conversation with him on Facebook, but I can't have this on the phone because, for example, he's at work and he cannot have his phone held in his hand for like an hour.
Yeah.
But I can have this conversation written for an hour.
Yeah.
You know. One more thing is I work in a training center and we have our own Facebook page. We're advertising for the new training programs. We are communicating with the students and our customers. So that's part of it.
Yeah. Sure.
If we are having kind of a seminar or an event, we have to post it on Facebook to announce it for the public, and we have to post the pictures and the what we had during the event on the Facebook. That's part of my work as Islam said.
Yeah, great.
And finally, what I like now about the Facebook is they are having kind of these applications that are integrated with Facebook. You know, these applications one of them is called Sunnah. Sunnah posts on your wall kind of like a hadith, so many authentic hadith. And one of them is called the Quran. I think daily they post on your wall parts of
Yes,
of
daily
verses.
Yeah,
Yes, and most of them remind you with the fasting Monday and Thursday.
right.
Some of them remind you with the fasting of the 13th, 14th, and 15th of each Arabic month.
Right, right.
So I mean, it has some positive
Yes, sure.
aspects.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And of course, staying in touch with family. How many of you guys, perhaps you have family overseas, and you use Facebook to send the pictures of your children or your parents or even your spouse? I mean, how much time do you spend on Facebook in a positive way, communicating with your family? I mean, I do. That's what I do. How about you guys?
Even if they live like in a different neighborhood, you can with Facebook, if you cannot just go there, you can just, how are you now? You can communicate with others, with your family, with your relative, on Facebook.
Right, right.
Yeah, you keep in touch with them maybe 24 hours a day.
But it's a double-edged sword, because sometimes you become
Yeah.
antisocial, right? If you sit in your room with the Facebook on the
Yes.
chat, right? As
Yeah.
opposed to actually seeing the person and visiting them.
Yeah, of course, it's not just the same, of course.
Yeah.
But keep in touch. Just keeping in touch.
Yeah, sure.
Commenting on your point that sometimes it can be isolating you from the others, I have read something funny about
Go ahead.
Facebook. They were asking, like, why do you think Facebook, Twitter, and Skype and everything are having the blue logo?
Yeah.
And they said because this is the color of the sky, because maybe you haven't seen it for for years.
That's funny, because you're in your room, plugged into your internet. But how important is it to unplug? I recently wrote a book, by the grace of Allah, called Between Two Worlds. You know how I did it, wallahi? I unplugged my laptop from my cable net. I said, I'm just going to sit in front of this laptop for 30 minutes a day and write.
Mhm.
Because every time you open the laptop, check my messages, check this picture, this update. And then you didn't use
You're
anything
done.
you use a computer and the internet exclusively for Facebook, instead of just unplugging and doing something productive.
Yes, actually I had this in mind too. So I had two steps. First step is I am the controller. I'm the one who says yes or no. So once I'm on Facebook, I just log out,
Yes.
just to close.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do this, you'll keep scrolling down and reading news feed from friends, and that's will take a lot. You will find sometimes before starting, I just see like what time is it now, and after I finish, I find that I spent an hour and a half just
Yes.
scrolling down in the news feed.
I've done like 3-4 hours on Facebook. Then afterwards, I feel bad. I said,
Wasting time.
What did I do with this evening? I just looked at the news feed of what the people posted on Facebook. It's very bad.
And sometimes a friend of mine is asking me to go out or something, and I'm too lazy to do this. And I found that I have been on Facebook for 2 hours. I could have gone out with them and be back.
Yeah,
It's
subhanAllah.
more important.
I do remember as an undergraduate at UCLA, there was something called MySpace.
MySpace, yes.
MySpace was very popular when it came out, and actually it was very bad in that it had a lot more like pornographic material than Facebook. So when Facebook came out, I remember someone telling me, hey, have you heard about this Facebook? It's like a cleaner MySpace. It's like a more respectable MySpace, because MySpace was a lot of bad things, music and videos and even almost pornography on this MySpace. So I opened a Facebook account, and I never appreciated it till I moved overseas to here, to Cairo. Now I talk to my mother. I send her pictures of my children. It's an amazing thing. And you can stay in touch with your family in a wonderful way that's absolutely free. So I think this is one amazing thing about Facebook, and with all the social media included.
Yeah, sure.
So
So my first technique was just to unplug, like you said, and the second one was keeping Facebook as a reward. If I do my task, I just have like 30
MashaAllah.
minutes of Facebook.
yeah, that's good.
And it's like, okay, the Facebook is here, it's not gonna go anywhere. Just stay, do your work. After 2 hours of work, you can have kind of 15 minutes break.
Yeah, that's a good.
And then
I
go
like
back, unplug again,
Yeah.
and go back to work, and then take a reward, and then unplug,
that. Right, I like that. That gives you sort of incentive.
Everything, you do everything. You are productive, you have kind of a break or a relief to yourself
right.
to be able to resume working. and you didn't waste your time.
Yeah,
It's
very
something, and also if you know that you have only 15 minutes on Facebook, you're going to use these 15 minutes in something productive.
Yeah, right. Instead of looking down on that news feed, right?
Yes, check your messages only, or communicate with a friend you were waiting to communicate with them, or something like this.
Right. And we can even extend the conversation to other social media, but I thought we could speak about Facebook, and the brother suggested that because it's so popular. I believe you have a question in the back, brother. Go right ahead, but thank you so much for participating.
When I'm giving up controlling myself, I make a little bit crazy thing. I swear, like Wallah al-Azim, I'll not open the Facebook only 20 minutes daily.
Okay.
Because as a Muslim, if you swear, you don't have any other way. You have to make this unless to feed 10.
Right.
So this is, for me, it's the best way to control myself. I swear.
And also you can set kind of an alarm or something that rings like after these 20 minutes.
I'm the controller. Sometimes if I'm alone, no one look at me. So sometimes I had to swear to stop myself. Yeah, because swearing, there is a lot of verses about swearing in Quran. If you swear, you have to do. You have to do.
I think that Facebook is really become an addiction like anything that takes self-discipline to stop using excessively. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I even saw people post on Facebook, okay, you guys, this is it. My New Year's resolution is, some American guys, is to stop using Facebook this year. So bye-bye, everybody. I won't see you for a year. Well, I hope he reached his goal, but I think it's very difficult these days, especially with all the mobile phones and this sort of thing. We'll take a short break, inshallah. When we get back, let's talk more about some of the problems that we're facing on Facebook as private users. Because here on the channel, we do have a lot of issues with, a lot of challenges regarding Facebook that we can talk about, inshallah. So you guys stay tuned for more Let's Talk. We'll be right back after this short break.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah, how perfect you are, Allah, Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
It's 8:30 in Nigeria, it's 9:30 here in lovely Cairo, and I think it's 11:30 in the Gulf, but you guys know what time it is. It's time for Viewers Pulse.
Heritage is really something that is there, remains, it stays behind. It's something that even indicates that something had happened.
Well, the Egyptians definitely the best reciters in the Quran in the world.
What we have to do in da'wah is we have to use every available means to reach people.
What's wrong with sending her an SMS saying, I love you, I miss you? Sheikh, this is inappropriate. Me saying to my wife, I love you?
What was the most significant turning point in your life, and what event took place in your life that was a turning point for you and that changed your life in a positive way? You can see those on the screen now. To that, we have a third video, you guys, of Dr. Bilal Phillips talking about change in our life.
How to be a successful father, how to be a successful leader. This is what Quran is about.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Fitnabook. This episode of Fitnabook, Let's Talk on Huda TV. We have a special surprise, a special guest via telephone, the host of Islamic Jeopardy. Brother Mahmoud, did you get a chance to see Islamic Jeopardy this year?
No.
It was really a great program. Did you guys get a chance to see it? It was really one of the most popular programs that we had, hosted by Brother Ali Ahmed. I certainly hope he comes back, inshallah, to do season 2, but Allah only knows if that will happen, because we do receive to this day so many emails, Facebook messages. Please bring back Islamic Jeopardy season 2. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ali. Thank you for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Malik. Jazakallah khair for having me on your show.
Brother Wallah, it's always my pleasure. And in this episode, brother, we're talking about Facebook versus Fitnabook. How can we use Facebook in a positive way and avoid its negative things that do happen on Facebook? So perhaps you can talk a little bit about that and how you use Facebook in your personal life.
طيب بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ما بعد. Just as any other technology out there, such as TV, internet, DVDs, cassette players, CD players, these all can be used in a good way or in a bad way. For example, a person can make recordings of lectures of Quran and distribute that, and therefore such things will be a means for his success and a means of him getting rewards. Likewise, if a person was to make music songs and haram videos, then it will be a means of his destruction and of him gaining sin. Likewise, with Facebook, I think it's a great tool for da'wah. It's a great tool of spreading the message of Islam. It's a great tool of reminding one another, on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. But unfortunately, it has been used, like you said, in a manner which causes a lot of fitna. And some of the fitna, because with Facebook you can't really have any supervision. For example, you can use Facebook as a source of fitna in the privacy of your own home. You can be anonymous. You can open many accounts. People really won't know who you really are, who's really the person using this account. So you can commit a lot of haram. You can post all kinds of pictures of yourself, which will be a fitna for the opposite gender. And Islam forbids us to spread fitna, and Islam forbids us in getting even closer to fitna. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. He didn't say, do not commit zina, but He said, do not get close to anything that will lead you to commit zina. So, I've read like a study a few months ago in which they said that Facebook is one of the major or one of the leading causes of divorces and cheating amongst spouses. And unfortunately, it has trickled down to the Muslim community, where they use Facebook, to look at pictures of other sisters or other brothers, and which shouldn't be out there in the first place.
Brother, thank you for your insight. Now let me ask you a personal question that you can share with the viewers, inshallah. How do you use Facebook in your private life?
In my private life, for example, whenever I get the chance, if I read something or if I hear a good lecture that, if I read a hadith, for example, or if I read a verse of the Quran and that really touched my heart, I will go on Facebook and share that with my friends or the people that are following me on Facebook. And I think that is probably the best way a person can use it. Or if there's an upcoming event in my community, and one of the ways for me to spread this news very fast is just go ahead and post it on Facebook. As you are aware, about 2-3 days ago, I was informed that there was a university in Qasim in Saudi Arabia, which was accepting applicants and applications for the upcoming year, and they were really accepting foreign students. So I went ahead and immediately posted that on Facebook, so that way I could spread this message to whoever was interested, or any potential students that were interested in getting admitted into such university. So all this will be considered positive usage of Facebook.
Yeah, excellent point. I mean, sharing beneficial information. Brother, 2 more quick questions. I know you are from San Diego, California, but you live here in the Middle East, where I believe you memorized the Quran with several different methods of recitation, mashallah. So do you use Facebook just as a simple means of communication with your wife, children, and your mother and father?
What was the question again? One more time.
Living here in the Middle East where you're studying Quran, and I know that you are originally from San Diego, so do you just basically use Facebook also as an easy and free means of communication with your family back home?
Yes, of course. I mean, sometimes, we don't tend to check our emails that often as we do Facebook. So, I may get a message from my friends or family. As a matter of fact, yesterday I found a long lost cousin I haven't seen in 10 years. It has its positive.
Yes, that's definitely one positive is finding lost family members. Briefly, quickly, brother, we're looking forward to Islamic Jeopardy, inshallah ta'ala, sometime soon, season 2. Please tell us a little bit about Islamic Jeopardy, how long it took you to prepare that, and did you have a lot of fun hosting that program?
I had a tremendous amount of fun hosting that program. The crew was great. Huda TV members were awesome. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of you. You guys work so hard, mashallah. I'm very impressed with the team. So I just want all the viewers that if they really want the show again, inshallah, to go ahead and flood the emails of Dr. Osama, Fadil, and Ahmed Fahmi, and all the directors, and tell them we want, season 2. So
inshallah, brother.
We just need the support of our viewers in whatever capacity they're able to do so, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make season 2 possible.
Barakallahu feek, brother, and I'll keep reminding the viewers, brother Ali Ahmed, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you here again in the channel soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam barakatuh. Brother, a wonderful call from the host of Islamic Jeopardy. We
Yes.
certainly hope to bring him back in the future. Let's move gears a little bit and talk about Facebook. One of the biggest fitna on Facebook, of course, is communication with the opposite sex and revealing photos. I mean, this is very challenging and very difficult, and it's, as we heard Brother Ali Ahmed mention. Brother, how do you deal with that? Is that a problem for you or not?
I wanted to comment on this when he mentioned it, because I found so many girls now, they are posting their pictures and their private lives, Me as a teacher, I do not have any of my students on my Facebook, unless they are kind of upgraded to the level of being friends.
Why, brother? Is that an issue of professionalism?
Yes, to keep myself professional, and I cannot show them a picture of me, for example, having fun with the family outdoors, and the image that they have in mind is just Mahmoud the teacher.
Right.
So whenever I'm posting something, I'm just aware. Are you accepting any or all of your friends to see this?
Right.
Do you think it's too private? Do you think it's too personal? If I don't think it's too private or too personal, I just post it.
Okay.
And if any of my students kind of by chance searches for my account and they find it and they send me a friend request, I just think twice before accepting it.
Yes.
Do you accept that they see all of the pictures and postings you are posting?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm posting something that is family related or just something funny or hilarious or showing the other side of my personality,
Right.
And I ask myself twice before accepting the friend request.
Yes,
like,
brother.
do you accept him to or her to see everything on your Facebook?
I mean, look, I say people are hesitant to share their phone numbers with people. How about your profile, your birthday, your mother's picture, your son, your daughter? I mean, all this information. I mean, it's crazy. Once it goes online, it doesn't come back, brother. You had share with me an interesting story about a woman in her pajamas. Go ahead.
Yes, actually, I have seen a short video clip about Facebook. It was showing a college girl, going down the building, and she found a picture of her in pajamas on the wall of the building, and she tried to remove it, and once she removed it, it appeared again, and removed it, and the picture appeared again, and she was surprised, like, where did they get this from? And she was surprised that they got this from her Facebook account.
Of course.
And that was kind of a warning to others. If one person sees your picture, everyone is having access to it.
Yeah, sure.
And you cannot remove it. Once you have it online,
it's done.
Even if you delete it, you will have at least tens of your friends downloaded it.
You know what? Do something. Go home and Google your name.
Yes.
And put images. Just who put this up? It's up now. You cannot take it down. So it's really a safety issue, especially for women. It's a security issue. You have to be careful what you're putting online. Go ahead, brothers.
Yeah. As a Muslim and sadly a Facebook addict,
we all are, brother. Don't worry.
I grew aware of sharing let's say someone liked a musical video and he shared it on Facebook.
Yeah.
So he took sayat for himself. And
Yes.
everybody watches, took sayat. And everybody shares it, took sayat.
Brother, I couldn't agree with you more, especially with Facebook, because people are sharing it, and more people are saying that. Brother, we're in the second segment right now, and during the break between the first and second segment, we were speaking about this issue. And I recall you had mentioned a verse from the Quran. Perhaps you can translate it in English, brother.
Yes, the ayah says those who like to see the bad deeds and fitna among the believers, those people will have a hard punishment from Allah, and Allah knows best, and you do not know.
Yes, certainly. I couldn't agree more, because Facebook, we see so many bad things being posted and shared. I think it certainly is a really big problem. I want to go back to the gender issue. Women or men sending the opposite gender inappropriate pictures and messages and contacts. Is that a problem that you face, brother?
Yes, and actually I would like to in answering your question, I would like to comment on the point preceding this, because if you are posting something like songs and music and all of these, you are accumulating sins. But if you are posting verses of Quran and advice to people and good things, you are accumulating hasanat too.
Right. Okay.
So it's the same idea reversed.
So this is why you have to take care about who you add on Facebook. Are they a positive person who's going to be sharing these types of things, or are they somebody who's going to be sharing negative things?
Yes, and I would like to also to advise people to add people they personally know only, because most of the time I know everything about anyone that I don't know. I know where he works, who he is married to,
right,
and what he does, where did he study, and everything about him, and he doesn't even know that I visited his profile.
Yeah, right.
So always keep your privacy
Right.
level high and your account secured. Don't accept any friend requests from people you don't know or you didn't meet in reality world,
Yes.
and that keeps your privacy at least.
And you really, you don't have any idea who's on the other end of that computer.
Yes.
And you have to, especially young women and children, you have to take care of this. This is like a playground for sexual predators and weirdos. And even within people I know, one brother said, "Did you add me on Facebook?" I said, "No, I didn't add you. Where are you?" He said, "Well, my name on Facebook is Muhammad Abdullah."
Mm-hmm.
I said, but you, that's not your name at all." He said, "Yeah, I just don't want to put my..." So I know the guy. I mean, it's not a big deal, but what I'm trying to say is you have no idea who you're adding. And I always say, think of somebody who doesn't like you or doesn't have your best interest at heart.
Yes.
Would you invite him into your home? Because that's essentially what you're doing. Would you invite him into your home and show him your children and your wife and your family? Because
And
these
they're
are
strangers.
Right, yeah. So this is Go ahead, brother. Do you have a comment?
Yeah, I agree. I can't agree more with Brother Mahmoud about this one. Nowadays when you go to someone, even if you know him, one of my friends, he wants me to add him on Facebook. So I go check his wall, check what he likes, the pages he like, and so on. See what interest, because what people it somehow represents your idea and your interest in something like that. And you're talking about women and men talking to
Right.
each other by the Facebook. It's a very big problem. It's a big issue, because one of the things that people enjoy with each other is talking to each other, sitting to each other, chatting about their daily routines.
Right, yeah.
So when you have Facebook now, what we have now is some married men or some married women,
Yes.
some boys, girls, sitting and here is the computer, other computer,
Yes.
and like they live together.
It's like virtual dating.
It's better they take their bag and go live there.
Because I remember someone came to Dr. Muhammad Salah for family counseling. The issue was, I forgot which one it was, the man and the woman. Anyways, they had developed a relationship with their coworker by chatting a lot on Facebook. So the spouse felt the other spouse was like cheating emotionally, not physically, but by
Yes.
sharing your inner thoughts and having this ongoing dialogue with someone from the opposite gender that is not directly necessary or related to work. So I think it could be very, very dangerous, and it is a true test. I know we call it Fitnabook. Maybe it's a little bit extreme, but really, I think it truly can be fitna. If you can go in the back there, but I want to ask you: do you face this problem with the opposite gender? Do you feel like people on Facebook there is no barriers anymore between men and women on Facebook. Do you agree?
Yes, everyone, I think. Everyone face the same, because the problem is they make the bad thing easy to do.
Okay, right.
This is
right.
the thing.
Yeah,
This is the
okay.
thing.
Yeah, that's the okay. That definitely is an issue. We're going to take a short break, you guys. But after we come back, I want to talk about some problems we are experiencing here at Huda TV regarding Facebook, because we have problems with people sending messages, and we're human beings too. So let's talk about that after we come back from this short break. You guys at home, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for more Let's Talk.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah, Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I really like the example he gives in that clip about the guy stuck in traffic. He thinks that it takes it personal, which brings us to the point that a pessimist is very subjective when it comes to negative things that happens in his life.
But for example, if you are talking to me about doing something good in life, and you are on the bed of death, that you want to do something for your ummah. This is why we did this program, to make you get your achievable goals before you reach the moment that you will not be able to achieve anything.
SubhanAllah, if I may add, if I have a positive attitude, and if I have courage, why it doesn't appear in all the problems that I face? Why it doesn't appear in all what I do in my life? Actually, because you are not responsible enough to control your mindset.
I was reading a study on New York government. They wanted to improve the crime rate. They wanted to lower the crime rate, ultimately. And they found that in the subways, there was a lot of graffiti, a lot of trash. And just by doing a little thing, like removing the trash and removing the graffiti and making a more clean environment, the crime rate actually lowered. So this shows the power that how little things can really make a big difference.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Let's Talk. Brother Mahmoud, we were on the Ummah tonight with Sheikh Asam Luqman al-Hakim. He had said, look, I'm a human being, I'm a man. I operate my Facebook page in order to give people access to me and to answer the fatwa questions and, do good deeds, So he said, please, sisters, please don't send me these long, inappropriate messages because, because I'm a human being too. And you test me with this when you do that. So how important is it for the men and the women? Because it works on both sides. We can't just complain about the women. The men can do it too with pictures, bodybuilding pictures, showing the awrah, talking to the opposite sex. So how important is it to carry the same manners of a Muslim in our daily life as well as on Facebook with regards to mixing with the genders?
Yes, actually, so many people, they think as long as it's in the virtual world, it's okay, it's fine. One day I found a friend of mine sending a friend request to my sister. And I was like, I wouldn't mind, but he wouldn't do this in the real world. So I was like, are you doing this from like behind my back or what?
Yes.
If you would do this, you would ask me in the real world. Would you? I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think he would ask me in the real world to be introduced to her or something like this.
Yes.
So that upset me a lot. So don't think because it's on the virtual world, it's okay or it's permissible,
Yes.
Always measure your actions, your postings, your pictures, everything to the real world.
Yes.
If you're talking to a friend of yours, okay, if you're talking to a girl, a boy, anyone, just measure it to the standards of the real world. Can you ask him the same question face to face?
Yes.
Okay.
this similar situation happened to me, and I emailed the man. He was a Muslim. I said, do you think this is appropriate to send an unmarried woman a message on Facebook?
Or even married.
Or married, yeah. And he said, I'm very happy to see that you're my brother in Islam. You became Muslim. I said, I'm very happy for that too. But let's stay to the point. Do you think this is appropriate? The question is, would you have a private conversation with your friend's sister in real life?
No.
I mean, unless there was some, circumstances or something, but generally speaking, no, right? So on Facebook, when you get online and you say, how are you, and this and that, that's essentially what you're doing.
Yes.
What about you guys? You guys agree with that?
Yeah. It's most of the time you have begin to chat with someone you couldn't talk with him in the real world.
Yes, yeah.
It's became, hi, how are you, who are you? Sometimes you in the real world cannot do this with anyone.
Yeah, sure.
But you do it in the visual world.
I think Facebook magnifies a person's behavior and manners, doesn't it? Because you can do a lot of bad things on there if you want. Who's watching you, right? Nobody. You're in your room. Nobody's watching. But for the person, who keeps in mind this is wrong, he behaves appropriately on Facebook. I think it magnifies our.
And also, if someone is shy, you'll find them more daring on the Facebook.
Yeah.
They are just more daring to send first requests to strangers and to chat with them. And in the real world, they are so shy.
Right. And I don't like people. I don't think it's a good idea to post controversial issues that create division among people. I don't think that's good. I see that a lot too with the Arab Spring in politics. People insulting one another in big long comments, posting it on people's walls. I think this is bad behavior. I want to speak about the Facebook page here at Huda TV. Every program has a Facebook page which we operate, and every page, people have Facebook pages. We do receive a lot of wonderful messages, but at the same time, we do receive messages from females that send us attachments, photos, revealing photos with personal contact information. Yeah, I think this is very bad now. They shouldn't do that. So we have to.
Why are they sending this?
To the Facebook channel sometimes. Here we have.
Why? Why are they?
I'm not sure why. There's, so we have to take care about that and remind ourselves to always fear Allah.
I thought they are proposing to you or something. We were just.
My wife's Egyptian, so now it's like very difficult for me to marry another wife. But really, I think even so, I think we have to take care about this, right? We have to be careful with our interaction with other people on Facebook. But what about the privacy, you guys? Because do you guys? Let's go to the back, brother. What about the privacy? Do you block other people from seeing your pictures? Like when I upload a picture of my son, I make a list of the people who I think are mashallah decent people. Not that there's not decent people on Facebook, but private, more private. You just block it and let your mother see it and your father see it. So I use that method. What about you?
Yes, for me, my work, my school, my university, I don't share with anyone. I should have my private privacy.
Okay.
If I want to see a special picture or something, I just send it by a mail, or at least I'm sure that only another one who can share it. So in my Facebook, I just share the normal things. Even my college, I don't.
Right.
Put it.
I love when people say, "How did so and so get my personal information?" Are you joking? You posted it yourself on Facebook. Do you agree?
Yes, I do. And actually, believe it or not, I have my pictures folder, and each folder is divided into 2 folders: share and don't share.
Oh, mashallah.
Yes, and I swear I have this. And if I'm uploading these pictures to Facebook, I have to go through each one of them first and classify it either to share, to go to the shared folder, or not to or to go to the other one that is not shared.
Okay.
And when I'm applying some pictures on my Facebook, I just select from the share folder.
Yeah, of course, and this is beneficial and helpful.
That's a good idea too, because most of the people, they just go select the whole folder of pictures because they're just too lazy to select or do something.
Right. You know what's funny about Facebook as well, dear brothers? I had my neighbor back home on my Facebook. I didn't talk to him for 2-3 years, so I figured, I'm just going to go ahead and delete him. I mean, we're not really in touch anymore, and we've gone our different ways in life. I'm not mad at him. I deleted him. After a year, I went back to visit my mother. He saw me. He came over to the house and said, he said like a curse word. Let's just say he said, "You jerk, you jerk. Why'd you delete me on Facebook?" I said, "Brother, I'm sorry. I didn't think that we were in touch that much, and you didn't respond to a message I sent. I just feel like maybe, so people we have to take care of it. People take it really personally. It's become something very personal for people."
Maybe he was following you.
Yeah, right. And I deleted him.
I'm personally, I'm following Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim. I'm subscribed to him. Everything he posts shows up on my news feed, but we never had a chat on Facebook.
Yeah, right. Okay, excellent point. Yeah. And also, when you've been deleted, then when you go to message the guy or look at his pictures or something, it says, if you would like to add so-and-so, click add friend. And then if you do feel irritated, right? Why did the guy delete me? Have you guys had experience like that? Go ahead, brother.
Of course. And this is one of the things that made me, like my brother said, choose the one who you are going to send the ad to.
Yes.
So it had a lot for me when I was teen then I am now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. How about you, brother? I know you're on Facebook a lot. I'm sure you have a lot of friends. How do you discriminate or determine who you should add, who you don't add? Have you ever deleted somebody? And tell us about that.
Well, I don't ever delete anyone because the more number of friends I have, that it's like a good reputation for me.
Because your Facebook friends, it's like, once you're Facebook friends, like you're for life.
No, it's not at all. No, but I said I use Facebook for work issues. So the more people I have, the more more good reputation.
Okay, what about your private page?
My private page?
Yeah, I'm sure you have a work page and then you have your own personal page, right?
No, they are both
one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, inshallah. Okay, great. Thank you, brother, for sharing that.
About Facebook, about privacy, I watched this video about this fortune teller in the street, and he have this sign: go have your fortune read, and you just fill an application, your name, your age, and your email, and the victim sit inside and have her or his fortune told. Then, well, actually, there are two guys checking her or his Facebook and
yes. It was a trick to get personal information from people.
It was a warning. It was like for take care of what you put on Facebook.
It was kind of a fortune teller.
Yes, which is totally bad anyways. And then he deceived the person to do this, and then he took his personal information.
No, it's the idea is they ask him to fill kind of an application, right, Islam, and they deceive him that I know more about you. The reality is he has two assistants who log into his or her Facebook account, and they tell him in kind of an earpiece, something like this, and he just tells them that he knows everything about them, and he's a magician.
Information. You know, in the airport, whenever they ask me information, I say, look, I'm not hiding anything. Everything's on Facebook. You can check my status, my updates, where I'm living. I mean, my pictures on there, what I'm up to. I mean, I'm nothing to hide. It's. So, brother, if the viewers at home want to add you on Facebook, we have to end the episode now. Can you give the viewers your personal Facebook information, inshallah?
My personal, yes, sure. Because I have two accounts. I have one that is personal and one that is for students.
Okay.
And actually, I would like to advise people to use a different email for Facebook than the email they are sending their CVs out from.
Why? Good point.
Because,
I like that. Why?
Okay, I work as a career counselor at the Fayoum University right now, and I'm teaching students how to qualify for the job market. And one of the tips for sending the CV through the email is to have a professional email that has your first and last name, okay? And the second thing is never ever use your personal email to be on Facebook and vice versa. Do not ever send your CV from the email that you have on Facebook, because the employer might log into your Facebook page and know more about you, and this leaves an impression. Yes. And imagine if me and you apply to the same job, and he searched for me on Facebook and didn't find anything, and found a lot about you.
Yes.
Who do you think of both of us in a better situation than the other?
Of course. And you know what? That's really funny you mentioned that. Before I became Muslim, I had in my Facebook picture an African American DJ and rapper, okay?
Yeah.
And I didn't use my Facebook in a long time, and then I was in Egypt. I applied for a job. The guy says to me, I didn't expect to see you. I said, what do you mean? I said, I didn't expect you were going to look like this. And he kept saying stuff like that. And then he said to me, he turned around on the computer, he said, is this your Facebook page?
Yes.
And so you look like an idiot.
You were embarrassed.
Yeah, then you're embarrassed. You guys certainly appreciate your time, brother. Hopefully you can come back in the future, inshallah, to do those episodes about preparing graduates, inshallah, for the job market. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you so much for your feedback. I certainly appreciate it. You guys at home, thank you for staying tuned to Let's Talk on Huda TV. Take care about Facebook. Let it be something productive and not detrimental
Fitnabook.
fitna for you guys. So make sure it's Facebook, not Fitnabook. Until next time, we leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Subhanallah al-Azim. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name, Allah, I call you, I need you, Allahu Akbar, Allah, your mercy is great.